tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Are you ready? It's time!
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Today is Sunday, July 21st, 2024. What a 2024 it has been. Breaking news just happened. That's why I'm a little late, because I was like, oh, let me do a little bit more research. But breaking news, breaking news. President Joe Biden has stepped down from running. Well, not stepped down from being president, but from running. Welp, the show must go on. So we are going to be getting into Terraform today. We're going to be continuing working on Firebase. Does that change anything for us? Not really. We still have work to do. No days off. Let's run it up, as the hoodie says. All right. So how is everyone doing today? I see we have some people in the chat already. Let me see. Where's my chat window? Hold on. Things are missing. Not that one. Where is... There we go. Boom. There we are. All righty. So what do we got? We have your car in the building. Says, what's good? Whoa, why is this so small? Hold on. There we go. Your car says, what's good, Tech Coach Ralph? What's good, your car? Good afternoon. Well, I guess it's still morning for you. Good morning, your car. How's it going out over there? And let's see what else we got in the build. We got Roxy says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Roxy. How are you doing this fine Sunday afternoon? And we got Mitch in the building, says, take off the blazer, loosen up the tie. Superman is alive. And see if this is on. Make sure this is on. And we got your car says the of course.
Money.
And let's see what else we got. And Mitch makes an interesting observation. He says, it's 200 degrees in Florida. It is. And Ralph has a winter hoodie on. Look. Hold on a second. My AC is on 69. Or if you watched the show yesterday, is it 96 or 69? Whatever. You know, that was an interesting choice of numbers yesterday, of course, right? And let's see what else we got. I know the AC is on. All right, so let's see. So Yakar says, can we get emojis in the brown skin on the hoodie? I can try. I'll see what I can do. Let's see. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to some housekeeping. By the way, I'm telling you, today's a crazy day. This whole weekend has been crazy for me, but we're here. We are here. We're going to get to work. All right? So let's get to it. So let's get into housekeeping, and then we're going to get into our Terraform. I do have some thoughts about CrowdStrike, which I couldn't find the video that I heard it on yesterday, but politicians doing what politicians do. So let's get into our housekeeping, all right? So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel, the new ones, the old ones, everyone who shows their support. I really, really appreciate you all.
I appreciate you.
And I want to say a big shout out to the tech savages. Those who are tech barbarians, those who are tech prodigy members, the coaching group, the technical explorers, and the tech mercenaries, the YouTube members, and of course, the bag chasers. Great presentation that we did yesterday. We used AWS App Studio again yesterday to build an app where it was crowd-led. So shout out to that. So we are going to continue. Let's get into our show schedule real quick. We have our live shows. What's our live shows? Our live shows are on, let's start off with my favorite show, Saturday morning. We just did it yesterday. Men Lie, Women Lie, Numbers Manipulate show, where we review the weekly economic numbers. We had a great show yesterday. We went over tons of stuff. Like, it was good. Like the job numbers, the retail goods from the labor department and the census department, all that good stuff. So definitely want to join us for that show. We got Yakar and Mitch pretty much running that show. I just present the information, but Yakar is providing me with so much different articles and stuff. And Mitch, although Mitch is normally wrong in his opinion, but I still appreciate it nonetheless. All right. And then we have our morning shows, Mondays and Wednesdays. We start that at 6:45 this week is going to be the plan. Till about 7:30, we're talking about, we look at some news, have our cup of coffee, and then we also work on our mobile app. We need to upgrade the lowest version that the app can support, because that is a Google new rule. So I'm working on that this week. So then we have our Sunday afternoons. Today we have software explorations. We're working our way through Terraform. We're going to be working on Firebase today. We worked on it for the past 2 weeks, trying to see how we're going to get this React app to deploy using to Firebase, which I know it's possible. I'm just got to find the right hosting for it in Firebase, just so we can build some understanding around it. I was looking for Firebase to host something else, but it turns out we don't really need to, because we saved a bunch of money with AWS and our configuration, subnets, and all that type of stuff. Spoke about it maybe 2 weeks ago, but great stuff. Sundays, software explorations, Terraform. Tuesday nights, we have our Q&A session. Join us this coming Tuesday. We're going to have great questions, great interaction with the chat. We have so much fun on Tuesday, so you definitely want to join us. Ask me your question. You can call in, whatever the case may be. I am here for you. And then we have Thursday nights where we have more software explorations, where the past 2 weeks, we were going over AWS App Studio. This coming Thursday, we're going to be working on using AWS to install Jenkins on an EC2 instance, where we're going to set up Jenkins, and then maybe the week after, or not the week after, but 2 weeks from then, we're going to actually maybe configure it, see how that works, something like that, something around that. But we're going to be looking into Jenkins. Jenkins to me is the most popular open source CI/CD software out there. So definitely want to check that out. So that is our live show schedules. Next up, we have our pre-recorded content. So Monday's Candid Conversations, where, we just have a one-on-one talk. Tomorrow, I'm going to be giving myself my mid-year review. So many people are always so scared about reviews at work. I actually, your card's going to say that I'm talking nonsense, but I actually do appreciate mid-year reviews, just like I appreciate having one-on-ones with my manager, so we have no surprises. So we are going to be having our mid-year review tomorrow on Candid Conversation. You definitely want to tune in. Going to talk about all the things we've accomplished the first half of this year, a little bit more than half of the year, but what we've accomplished, what I need improvement on, and what is our upcoming goals for the rest of the year. So definitely want to tune in for that. Wednesdays, we have software explorations, concept and overviews. We're going to be breaking down Jenkins a little bit more in detail before we actually get into our live stream about it. Fridays, we have the bug bite. This coming Friday, I'm going to be breaking down from a QA engineer's perspective, who I've been doing it for 15 years. What is my thoughts? We're going to review an article about the CrowdStrike, and then what are my thoughts about it? What do I see happening? I know a lot of people thought it was like, oh my God, it's cybersecurity. We're going to investigate that a little bit to see what do I think happened and why did it happen and what goes from there, right? So that is our live shows. And then we have throughout the week, we have shorts as well as clips from the Q&A show from like months ago. That's going to be not premiere, but we're going to be releasing that. So you definitely want to tune in. So that's why you have to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live and drop new content. And if you need one-on-one coaching, go over to techcoachralph.dev. Sign up for coaching, sign up for the Patreon, get access to exclusive content, as well as we can work one-on-one together. All right. So all of that is happening. So much stuff. You definitely want to check out the Candid Conversations tomorrow. All right, so we're going to continue with the chat, and then we're going to get into our work. And then on our first break, which might take us across a few of our breaks, but we're going to review a video, which is kind of related to it's very related to the CrowdStrike thing. It's not talking about CrowdStrike because this video is like maybe 8 years old, but it's talking about software engineering. And when I heard about the CrowdStrike thing and the actual cause of the issue and how to fix it, my first thought went to this video, so I wanted to talk to you guys about it, right? So let's go through the chat real quick, and then we will get back to it, all right? So Mitch says, no matter who they pick, it's definitely over 98% sure now. And you know what, Mitch? I know I said on Saturday mornings you are normally wrong, but on every other day of the week, you are normally right, including today. And Mitch says, I was thinking the same thing too. He's one of those other people. Wow. Roxy asks, how are you? I am doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, Roxy? How is it going for you up there in the north side of the country? Midwest, I guess. Do you guys consider yourselves North or Midwest over there in Michigan? I'm curious. And Mitch says, you doing something different, subs going up fast. I am just, doing what I do. So you know what I noticed, Mitch? As you continue to stay consistent and as you start to gain, they start to go up even faster. It's like the snowball effect. When you're trying to get out of debt and use the snowball method to wind it down. As you start to get more and continue to put out content over and over and over again, explore different topics, all of that kind of stuff. It goes up. Like and then when we have like the AWS App Studio, that video did pretty well. So all those things help and contribute. But I see as you go up, it comes with it, But it just depends how consistent you stay. Let's see. So this is wrong. I hear you baiting me lately. Watch what you say to me. Oh my goodness. And Mitch says a mid-year review. Mitch put you in your place the first 6 months and will continue for the next 6 months. Wow. And Yakar says, I actually love reviews. When I was working for employers, I could always show that I am overachieving and ask for more money. Great day for me. You know what, Yakar? Some people cannot say that today is a great day for them, though. Some people got it bad right now because they cannot say that it is a great day for them. I did not mean to press that button and laugh at people's misery. Or did I? Or did I?
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Anyways, let's say, so it says I have weekly one-on-ones. That's definitely true. And, you know, Mitch is running it up over there. And Rocky says the Midwest. Okay, yeah, Midwest. My apologies. How is it up there in the Midwest? Is it really hot during the summer, or is it like what's the temperature like in the summer? Because right now down here, I'm gonna tell you exactly how many degrees it's out here right now. Let me see weather. It is 90 degrees right now, and the humidity is 66%. Hot out there. It is hot out there. I am not going to say that I was playing basketball this morning so Mitch doesn't get on me, but it was hot. When I was not playing basketball, it was very, very hot what I was not doing. Just saying. I'm just saying. And your car asked a good question, because you know what? I really thought that places like Indiana, Michigan, like that area was an hour behind us, but it says, why doesn't the Midwest have their own time zone? And I was surprised when they said, oh, it's that, oh no, we're on the Eastern. I'm like, really? I didn't know that. All right. So I think, and lastly, Mitch says it's like below zero in April in Michigan. Wow. Roxy says 81 hot. I would resign for 81 right now. I would not run for re-election to get 81 degrees right now. I'm just saying. All right, that was insensitive. Okay, that was insensitive. Bruh. That was insensitive. I'm just saying. I apologize. All right, you guys just bear with me today. All right, it's been a crazy weekend. It has been a crazy weekend. All right. So your car says it is 96 where he's at right now. What's the humidity though, your car? Let me see. Because it's kind of dry over there, right? Let me see. California weather. So on a general California search, I'm not sure exactly which city you're in, but it says 85 in California and humidity is 42%. So I guess the humidity is not too bad where you're at. All right, cool. All right, so let's get to it. You see it? Right, your car? Right? 81 hot. 81 hot. I'm just saying. All right, anyways, let's get to it. So what we want to do is we want to pretty much figure out how we're going to deploy this basic React app, super basic React app to what do you call it? To Firebase, all right? So we're going to figure that out. Let's go just share the screen over here. We pretty much have everything set up, including in Terraform. But let me see, get branch. Yeah, we have it set up in Terraform. We just need to find out the right thing to set up. So I was just looking at this real quick. This is from Free Code Camp. And this was an article about, it's pretty much about how to host and deploy a React app with Firebase, right? Written by Juliet Ofogubu. I'm sorry. We'll just call her Juliet, all right? We'll just call her Juliet. I'm not even going to try, but it's an article written last year. I just want to, I don't really need much of this stuff. I just need to know what the actual, we know what to say, like, what's the actual Firebase feature that's going to be hosting it. So let's go. So I'm just gonna skip down here. We have the Firebase tools and Firebase installed, and then it says to next install Firebase tool. Right, we did that already. We did that like 2 weeks ago. Select an account. We already got that. Run project build. All right, we have that. So how to initialize Firebase? Let's see. How to initialize Firebase. Now we need to initialize Firebase. All right, we already got that. So the project setup, use an existing project. Okay, we did that already. You might see some other project options. So setup hosting. This process will bring up prompts you have to answer. The first one is, what do you want to use as your public directory, which you will choose in the build, or which you'll choose or type in build. Why build? Oh, I do have a build directory. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. So next we'll ask, oh, I do have an index directory in there. All right, cool. So next, ask if you want to configure it as a single page app, rewrite, set up automatic builds, authorize Firebase with GitHub. All right. How to choose a Git repository and set up GitHub workflow. That's not really it. GitHub secret token, set up workflow. But they didn't say what type of project we're setting up here. How to deploy to Firebase. So it's Firebase deploy. That's the project. Let me see. Let's start the clock. See, I'm so messed up today. Let's start the clock.
It's time to do.
We also... All right, we also selected the yes option. I don't know if I really like this article too much because it's like going from scratch and I just need to know exactly which one. So build and deploy. So, all right, let's go into here. Let's see what we have, what we use. All right, so if we go to API and services, we have, let me close this up. Time cost calculator. All right. We have library. What are the ones that we're using? Did I shut it down the other day? Let me see. Maybe I shut it down the other day. Let's see. I have no idea what we did last week, honestly. It was a long time ago. So let's go into here and we're going to go into CD Terraform and let's do Terraform apply. No configuration files. What? Let's see. ls. Oh, CD Firebase. ls. All right. So let's do Terraform plan, or not plan, but apply. Let's see what that comes up with because I don't remember if we shut it down the other day. No, so it's still running. All right, let's find it. Let's go to Fire. Try that again. Go back over here. Trying to find our project. And why is this thing? Okay, Firebase. Let's go here. Okay, oh, I had to scroll down. So we are looking for, let's see here. Let's look around. Let's see what we got. Browser. So we have this service accounts, library, Firebase. So, all right, let's take a look at this. So quickly ship Angular and Next.js apps, manage everything from the CDN to server-side rendering. We have Firebase Management API, Firebase rules. All right, so let's go to documentation. And let's see. Using Firebase console or Firebase CLI, authorize the install of Firebase GitHub app on your repository. So set up Firebase, set up app hosting with Firebase console, hosting the backend, manage and monitor your app, develop. So when, I don't even know the, let's try searching for this. Nope. Let's go. Supposed to be here. Can't find what I'm looking for. I cannot find what I'm looking for. All right, so let's go here. I do not use Google often enough. Let's see. IPN services. Okay, so let me do this. Let me take a look at what were we using last week. All right, let me see history. This was, let's see. All right, cool. So let's go back over here. And this is what that we were using last week. So we got all this. This article was to, same thing, right? So create the React app, log into Firebase. npm run build. So if we do a Firebase deploy again, let's see what we get. So I'm going to try it. Yeah, I need to be one level out. All right, so if we go to this URL right here. So we get this blank page. All right. And if I go over to, so this is what we had last week. Now we just have to find out why we're getting that blank page. So if we look over here in the console, it says that deploying, hosting, beginning deploy, found 7 files in public. So these 7 files. Deploy hosting. But all right, so here's a question that we're going to use then. what, actually put this in here. All right, so we have that. Build. Let's see. All right, so what type of Firebase hosting do you use? All these articles pretty much say the same thing, but there's a part that I don't see is where's the actual type of hosting that you're doing. It's the week after, Mitch. I'll be on this week. The week after, I'm out for a week. So we have this. So, all right. So let me see if I can see this. So it says, please select using existing project, hosting setup. All right. So your public directory is a folder that will contain, if you have a build process for your assets, use the build output directory. What do you want to use as your public directory? Oh, I see, says the blind man. So I don't know if we did that. Maybe we didn't do this part right here. Configure a single page app. Yes. But configure and deploy. I'm not sure what we chose last week, but we're going to try it again then. So let's do Terraform, Firebase. And what I want to see in Terraform is do I configure that in Terraform? Let me see. I think I have everything in Terraform already. Let's see. All right, so we got all that. I was able to create that. Let's see. We are for, all right, Firebase and so I think our Terraform part is good. So I'm going to see, let's see if we do another Firebase init, what's going to happen. Because it already has it, but I want to change it. Am I able to do that? All right, real-time database, configure rules. Which Firebase feature do you want to set up for this directory? I want to do the, I think what happened last time, the instruction we were using didn't match the name of it. So there's a lot of options here. Let me start from the top. We want to do hosting. Configure files for Firebase hosting and optionally set up GitHub actions deploys. I think that's going to be it. Make sure there's no other ones. Hosting, set up GitHub actions, hosting, configure files for Firebase hosting. Oh, are we going in a loop? Yeah, I think we are. So I think we're going to go with this one. And this must select at least one. Oh, use spacebar. All right, I got you. Highlighting is not enough. All right, so we're going to go here. We're going to go to, let's do that one again. Enter. And do you want to use your public directory Your public directory is a folder relative to your project directory that will contain hosting assets to be uploaded with Firebase deploy. If you have a build process for your assets, use your build output directory. So I think that's probably the mistake we did last time. I think I used public last time. Do you want to configure a single page app, rewrite all URLs? Let's go to yes or no. Rewrite all URLs to index.html. I'm going to go with a no for now, but we can always run this again just in case. Setup auto. I'm going to go with a no with that because we don't. I mean, I guess I could have with a yes, but we can always come back and fix that later. Build / index.html. Overwrite no. All right. So then I think we're going to do. I think up next we're going to do our Firebase deploy. So we look at over here. It says the fourth step is to deploy your app. Now that everything is set up, you can go ahead and deploy your app. The only thing you need to do is run Firebase deploy. Did you get that? All right, let's give it a try, I guess. So it found the files in the build directory and it did something. Oh, I did on the other screen. It did something. Let's see what's going to happen. Right now, this is blank. Moment of truth. Oh my God. We have the web version of the time cost calculator on Firebase. So that's pretty cool. That is really, really cool. It's if you actually read the instructions and you actually pay attention that you should be choosing the build directory and not the public directory, then and only then will you successfully be able to deploy your React app. You can remember that time that I was trying to figure out I think what holiday that was? I think it was Memorial Day, where I was trying to figure out the privacy policy thing, and you were just watching me suffer. You were watching me suffer. Your car was sitting there like this. While I'm sitting there like this.
I hate it here. I want to go home.
So that was this little privacy policy page, so it could satisfy Google, and I guess what's the name? Apple. So let me click on here, make sure that still works. Nope, that does not work. That does not work apparently. I wonder why. We'll figure that out. But at least we saw the deploy process. I don't know why it wouldn't work for, maybe because I didn't do it as a single. Let's go back and do it again. Let's deploy again as a single page app. Let's see if that makes any difference. Like I said, I am not the most familiar person with React, and I'm not the most familiar person with I'm not familiar with Firebase at all. But let's just go back and deploy it again. Or not deploy again, but let's reinitialize our project, and we're gonna go for this one. I keep pressing enter, and I forget that I need to do the space bar first. Who built something like this? Anyways, let's go here. We want to use our build directory and rewrite a single page app. Let's go with yes. Do you want to, let's go with no. Rewrite no. Firebase deploy. All right, so that deployment is done. Let's go and take a look at over here. So if we refresh this, the app is still there. Let's see what happens with this privacy policy page. Still not finding it. I wonder why. I figured I would have deployed this, no? If we take a look at, because I would expect I can just deploy anything, you know, or whatever I have in here, I should just do deploy and it should be there. But let's see, privacy. So this is not the right privacy policy page. Let's look at our, where's that thing again? Build. Source. Pages. Privacy. We have that. Wait a second. This is new.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
So although this is deploying, right? Something's not right. Something is not right. Let me see if I type something in here, if that's going to work. Ah, you see? Look at that. Look at that. Something's not right. It's pushing the files up, but it's not actually building the app. Let me see something real quick. We're going to break in just a second, but I'm just curious. I'm just trying to navigate around this thing because this is like, this whole Firebase thing is so new to me. Let's go to package.json and let's see, build React script build. So npm build is going to do this. Start is going to do this. All right, when we get back, I'm going to try to start the app using these commands to see what we get. It's something weird is happening. It's not, I don't know. When I use AWS Amplify, it was a little more straightforward. It was just like saying, all right, what's the repo that it's going to take it from? And then it's just going to drop that in there. Maybe I'll do it from GitHub. We'll try the different options, but it's good to see that the app actually pushed the file, but it's not working the way that it should be working. So we're going to investigate that. But a little bit of progress is better than nothing at all. All right. So let's go to break and I'm going to check the chat and then we're going to watch a part of this video from Robert C. Martin, one of my favorite mentors that I've never met or probably doesn't even know that he's a mentor of mine, but I think he did like one of my tweets before. So, you know, hey, that's something. All right. So let me see what the chat says and then we're going to get into our break. Let's see. So Chris says, that makes me want to play Atari. You know, I've never played Atari before. Sorry. And we have the 100 and your car full of hands. And Roxy says, that was neat. Thank you guys. But still a lot of work to do. Still a lot of work to do. All right, let's go and take a look at this video right quick. Let me see here. All right, so for those who don't know, this is Robert C. Martin. He has been a software engineer since dinosaurs existed, right? And like I said, this whole CrowdStrike thing had me thinking about something that he said in this video that I watched like years ago, right? And this video is about expecting professionalism in the software, in the tech industry, in the software engineering industry, like whatever your role is in software. It could be Mitch as a data analyst, whatever, right? But expecting professionalism. Great video. The whole video is great, but this part right here really stood out to me. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to fast forward to it. And then as it's playing, you know, drop me your thoughts in the chat and then we can have a conversation about it. All right. And then maybe have the conversation on the next break. But yeah, I'm just curious to know what your thoughts are. Right. So I'm going to put myself on mute. I'm going to drink one of my shots. I have the Beats one here, your car, see, and then the watermelon one, right? Because feeling a little sore throat today. So I think my son gave it to the whole house. So we'll see. All right. So I'm going to put myself on mute. I'm going to play it starting at the 20-minute mark and we'll go from there.
And the world will react by software. And you could imagine it's going to do something probably not. There will come a moment, probably not very long from now, when some poor programmer is going to do something stupid and he'll kill 10,000 people. And you could imagine it. It's not that hard to imagine, right? What driven by software could kill 10,000 people? Name a bunch of things. There's a lot. Some poor software guy is going to kill 10,000 people, and the world will react. Society will react and say, hey, this can't go on. And the politicians of the world will rise up in righteous indignation, as they should, and they will point their finger squarely at us. You'd think they'd go for our bosses, but they won't. They'll go right to us, because it was our fingers on the keyboard. And they will ask us the question, how could you have let this happen? And we better have an answer for them. Because if our answer is, well, you know, my boss said I had to do it, and we had a deadline, and so I did it. If that's the answer, then the politicians of the world will do the one thing they're good at. They're not actually very good at it. They will legislate. They will pass laws. And they will tell us what programming languages we can use and what processes we have to follow, what books we have to read, what signatures we have to get, what platforms are appropriate for us, and we will all end up working for the government. This is something I would like to avoid. And to avoid it, we will have to do what other professions have done in the past. Professions like doctors and lawyers and architects, who managed to establish a set of ethics and a set of disciplines before government got to them. If we can do that, if we can get there before the government does, then when the disaster occurs, and the disaster will occur, and the politicians will rise up in righteous indignation, and they will point their fingers at us because 10,000 people died. But if we can say this was not due to our negligence, because here are our disciplines, here's the standards we follow, here's how we enforce those standards, this was an accident or it was malfeasance, but it was not our industry that is at fault. And if we can say that, we might be able to bypass the worst of what the politicians will do to us. So, what would these standards be like?
So that is the part of the video, right? It's a great whole video. He's going to go into like the different standards, the different disciplines, things like that. But I always remember that part of the video when these major things happen, because we know that the politicians, the Senate, the House, the fourth branch of government that no one sees, who no one really knows who they are, they just love to get their hands on different aspects of life. And then imagine if they say, you know what, there's going to be one coding standard going forward. All softwares must be created in PHP. It could be a regulation, right? You must build, so like this basic little app right here, right? It must be built in C++ in order for it to be online. I'm like, but C++ is not the best, like it's not really the platform for online software. And they're going to say, silence, silence. We have spoken. What is a paragraph tag, by the way? I'm just saying. Yesterday, when I was hearing him talking about the CrowdStrike thing, remember that the news lady is like, and some thingy with the computers and the guys talking about, I think I don't know if his name was Hans or not, but that's the name that was assigned to him. And he's breaking it down like very technically, and the lady looks like a deer in headlights, has no idea what he's talking about, And when I see these CrowdStrike things happening, where you take down pretty much a good 60 to 75% of operations in the US alone, healthcare goes down, airlines go down. And I heard it in a video yesterday. I can't find the video again, but they were talking about number one, they were blaming Microsoft. I'm like, what does this have to do with Microsoft? And then they said, is Microsoft too big? I'm like, what in the world? Like, what does this have to do with Microsoft? And I'm thinking like, okay, so are you now going to tell companies, you're going to say, all right, out of the 100 companies that exist, right? 25% of them have to use Microsoft. 25% of them have to use Mac. Another 25% have to use Linux. And then the last 25% has to use a Chromebook? What? Come on. And that's what I hear like when they're like, oh, Microsoft is too big, like, but it's an operating system. The government primarily uses Microsoft. So I don't know. It just gets weird to me, like when they start talking about stuff that they don't know about. So I don't know. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts about this whole thing. I think that having standards is very, very important for any particular industry, and people can agree to those standards and stuff like that. I think Agile is a great way of helping build and follow those standards, but it's also a reason that a lot of people don't like Agile because they're standards, right? They're standards. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts about it, and then we'll discuss it in our next break. But yeah, it's when I hear people who are fearful making these decisions, that's like, oh, this is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be good for us because we're gonna get forced into doing stuff that don't make sense. All right. Let me see. Let's go through the current chat real quick, and then if there's any more thoughts, we'll talk about it in our next break. All right. So we have your let's see. Let me see what Mitch is talking about. It says makes sense. Now who knows that is on the hoodie, the AI version or the younger version? What did your car say? Oh, must be about the hoodie. I don't know. See, I am so un-Atari familiar. And Mitch says, wow, that definitely happened in healthcare from software malfunction. Yeah, see, exactly. It can. Was it to that scale though, Mitch? Like 10,000 people? That would be crazy. Let's see. So the guy says, your hoodie not down for the people. Mitch is a man of the people.
Let's get it.
Mitch is. And I respect Mitch for that. Do I agree with him? Not so much, but I do respect Mitch for his erroneous position. It says, I'm for all people, but I support mine the most. Mitch, who your people? Who your people, Mitch? Let's see. So let's see. My life used to be like Grand Theft Auto on PSP. You had a PSP, Mitch? I had a PSP at a point. Those were cool handhelds. Let's see. So you need to separate that so you can't even be taken out at one time. I get you. It's just who decides though? Like, because the thing is, we'll talk about it next break. But I'm just curious. Like, so I'm gonna throw this question out, right? I'm gonna throw this question out. Who is going to decide which private companies use what? Like, is the company really private if you're being dictated what you use at your private company. So that's what I'm wondering, right? And I just read this one real quick. It says, same theory with the president and vice president writing on the same plan. I agree 100% with you on that, right? But that's different. I think that's different because they're not private citizens, to be honest. They're public. They're public. They're running the country. So you have to put those measures in place. I don't know. Let's see. Mitch says, wouldn't say 10,000, but one is too many. I'm going to agree with you, Mitch, but only because I have to agree with you. But I can make a case that all right, your card is erroneous. Shots fired. They were fired. Let's see. And lastly, your car says the same company can own it. They just need to create different boards, regions, operating systems. It isn't about competition. It's about security. All right, we'll talk about that when we get back. Right. I'm going to start this one because I do want to talk about that one. All right. All right. So we'll get back to it. Let's get into our next segment. We're going to try to figure out how we're going to build this thing out because it is not, although deployed, it is not working. All right. So let's get to another 20 minutes.
Let's go!
And let's go to this screen. So this deployed. So let's do this, right? We're going to do an npm build and unknown command build. Let me see. I can't do npm. Why can't I do? All right. So let me see. Let me look at the instructions over here. If I can't use the build command, what did they use? They used npm run. All right, npm run build. All right. All right, so that's building, creating an optimized production build. See, I didn't have to do this for maybe AWS Amplify automatically does this. Let's see. So the build folder is ready to be deployed. You may serve it with the static server npm. Find out more. Okay, so now if we do Firebase deploy, let's see, compile successfully. Let's do a Firebase. And if we go back over to here, let's see what we get. And if we do, oh, okay. Looks like something's happening. Things are moving and shaking. So let's go to 40, 1, 2, 3. So that's working. Now, if we go over here, we click on privacy. So the privacy still isn't working, but the calculations are actually working. So that's good. More progress. Let's see. We go to 5. So this works. Money made from activity. Let's say, I mean, this there goes your card's yearly income right over here. But let's say, whenever your card shows up, that's about a $1 million deal right here. So our number, oh, this is the wrong one. So you spend like, your card rolls big, 50K, but he made a whopping $1 million on his trip. So and this is something that I have to fix on the website, right? I have to fix this on the website. So it can act like the mobile app where this is going to turn green for positive and not have the negative, but the total cost is a negative. That means he would be making $927,000 and he would be buying back, 203 hours of his life. my bad. Let's just scratch that from the record. All right, so let's go. So this part's working. I wonder why this one isn't working. So this is here. Privacy is here. Let me see. I don't think this is correct because we didn't hard code it here. We did the build. Let me look at this in the Finder. And this was created at 3:40 just now. So let me try something real quick. Start this. Oh, I'm not even sharing the screen. Anyways, let's go here. So this is running locally. If I go to privacy, that's going to work. So why on Firebase, I think the Firebase deploy just uploading it instead of launching it, which it shouldn't work that way. AWS Amplify will actually run it on the server from my understanding. I shouldn't have to do a build. I mean, I wonder how other people do it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, so let's go back to over here, right? So run Firebase init, Firebase deploy. And the application is working, but it's not getting that. And we can see it locally. So why can't we see it on the other page? Let's see. You want enter N for no. Deploy. So the fourth step. So let's do what does Firebase deploy command do? Deploys your hosting content and config to the following Firebase provision subdomain. See this. Firebase login, Firebase init, Firebase deploy is the last step in this chapter, but I don't know, something's missing. We're gonna try to do it over again, but we're gonna do it from GitHub. All right. So let's go to or stop this. Go to terminal. I'm gonna do another Firebase init. And we're gonna do a set up GitHub Actions deploy. It's not really a GitHub Action deploy. Your car just went out, lost fails GitHub. I guess you could do it GitHub Actions. Let's see. Let's do that. And let's go with set up Firebase hosting. So we're gonna do build. Configure as so we're gonna say, I guess need to make a difference. Set up automatic build. Let's go with that, right? And we can go with that. And overwrite index, we're gonna go with no. Okay. Waiting for authentication into GitHub. We're gonna say author. So we're gonna say what? Authorize Firebase. Guess we'll use GitHub Mobile. Yeah. Why can't I type in these numbers? There we go. All right, so we have been authenticated, and this is which GitHub repository would you like to set up as a GitHub workflow? All right, let me go into my GitHub. We're gonna go in here. We are going to use, which one am I using? Is it this one? Nope, not that one. That one is the mobile app. Is that not on this GitHub? Wait a second. Do I have it on the other GitHub? I have two GitHubs. Repositories. There. So, okay. So we have to go back then. Let me see. Ooh, okay. Let's see. We don't even have a build folder in this one. See, and that's what I meant, right? With AWS Amplify, this is all that I have, and it's able to deploy it just like that using this. I don't have a README on here. Using this right here. But for the other one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cancel. I'm going to cancel this. And we're going to have to authenticate with our other. Let me log into GitHub with the other one. So account switcher, add account. Let's go to sign in. Unable to verify with your security key. Security key. I don't have. Let's go with this one. Let's see if I can. Oh. Let's go to, all right. Let's go to GitHub Mobile. All right, so we are here. All right, so let's do this init again. So Firebase init. And we're gonna choose the one that we've been choosing, this one. Oh, God, I always keep doing that. All right, I guess we'll do the build again. And let's go with no. Let's go with yes. Let's go with yes. No. Let's see. Which one is it trying to log into? I'm not sure which one it's trying to log into. Oh yeah, so it's trying to log into the right one. So cool. So I'll just show you the screen. It is trying to log into my account right here. Where I just saw it. Where did I see it? Oh, right here, right? So it's trying to log into my account. So authorize Firebase. And we're logged in. And now it's going to ask me which repository that I want to use. So it's going to be this one. All right, retrieving a service account. Let's see. Created service account, yada, 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 with GitHub Action, with Firebase. Uploaded service account JSON to GitHub as a secret. You can manage your secrets over here. Do you set up a workflow to run a build script before every deploy? Why the hell not? What script should run before every deploy? I don't think I have npm CI. I guess npm build. Create a workflow, set up automatic deployments to your site live channel when a PR is merged. I guess so. What is the name of the GitHub branch associated with your site's live channel? That would be, it's main. I thought it would have been master, but I guess it's main. Maybe I started using it new enough because GitHub, or I guess Git practices changed from using master because it was offensive into using main. So it is what it is. All right, so that's done. Yeah, it still didn't do anything. It still didn't do it. I don't know. It's weird that we have this up and running. So if we were to make a change to GitHub, so I do it on this one. So let's do this. We'll look at over here. The problem is if I do that, it's going to also do it on the regular website, but whatever, no biggie. Let's go and take a look at here. Oh, I have an idea. We can do this. Let's go to impromptu change on the site. Let's go over to here. We are going to do where are the footer links? Let's throw another app there, another link. We're gonna say, and we'll check it. Well, we'll check it both in Firebase hosting and in our AWS hosting. Like the AWS one is the main one, right? We're gonna do. I guess we'll drop it. We'll put it. Here. And I'm over here. Download iOS app. And we'll say download Google app. We'll just do it like that for now. And play. And let me go get those links real quick. Here goes the Apple app. So, I mean, we're getting a twofer here because we're going to go ahead and add the links to the Google Play Store and the Apple Store, so we can test out if this is actually making it there, right? So let's go here. Where's the calculator? There we go. So now, oh my God, I did it in the wrong branch. Let's undo real quick. Just copy this whole thing. Undo everything. And we're going to do get status. And we're going to do a actually, no, we don't have to do that. Let's go and redo all those. I'm just going to merge that because there's nothing that's going to be harmful merging that into master. We're not making any changes into anything substantial. So we're going to do get status, get, what am I leaving out? I'm leaving out so we're going to do, let's open up our get ignore file.
Lunch break, lunch break.
Let me just add this real quick. We're going to do .terraform. Or let's do, or because that .terraform file is going to have the, or folder is going to have the, this right here. And we don't want this. This is a big file right here. So we do a git add. And we're, why is that? All right. All right. Terraform, Firebase. Do it the hard way. All right, it's gone now. So I'm just gonna do a git add or git add everything, git commit. Let me see what's inside that GitHub file first. All right, cool. Cool. All right, so we're gonna do a git commit added Terraform and links to mobile app stores. Git do push. Git. And we'll just do, all right. So on our next break, we'll open up a pull request and we'll merge it in to see what happens. All right. So let's go to break. And we're going to, I'm gonna read the chat, but we're also going to talk about, what we were talking about earlier about these companies being too big, these tech companies and government regulating these tech companies. All right. So let's see. Let me see what the chat says, and then we'll go back to that. So let me see. All right. So your car had said the same company can own it. They just need to create different boards, regions, operating systems. It isn't about competition. It's about security. So I wasn't thinking about competition in that sense. And I wasn't thinking about, all right, this comment, are you referring to like Microsoft per se, who companies are getting the operating system from? So here's my question with that then. What if, so let's say Microsoft, you split up Microsoft and it's still quote unquote Microsoft, but they have a board for whatever they're going to have a board for, right? And they have different operating systems. What if still 90% of companies prefer to use the Windows over, let's say they call their next operating system Doors, right? But like we don't want Doors. It's too new. It doesn't have any, there's no support for it. We want to use Windows and software. People who make software, we're going to continue making software for Windows. So if the people want to use this particular operating system, because let's say this, right? Is it far-fetched to say that we can't create our own operating system? We can probably build it off Linux or something like that, but it's our own custom operating system, right? Who's going to force companies to use something different? And that's the part I'm talking about is as private companies that the same way that I'm like, all right, I'm going to, for the work that I do, I'm going to use the MacBook. And Mitch says Apple, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but for the work that I do, it's actually better for this situation. So now when 90% of the companies decide to use a particular operating system, who's going to tell which companies what they can use and what they can't use to make it safer to spread it apart, and who's going to say, all right, this security company, you're going to be creating, or you have to create the same exact software, security software for each of these different operating systems. So you have to do it for the 3 or 4 that Windows splits up into. You got to do it for Linux. You got to do it for Mac, right? Because if different companies, let's say you have a CrowdStrike, you have a McAfee, you have a Avast, right? What if 90% of people still were to prefer CrowdStrike as opposed to a McAfee or something, or Norton Antivirus? So by choice, and even with the choice, right? Let's say CrowdStrike, for instance, was to create 4 different softwares that can all go on Windows, for instance, right? But what if they all chose, what if 90% of companies still choose that one? So that's the part that I'm talking about with the regulation. I don't disagree with you that it's about security. What I'm saying, I don't even disagree with you with you at all. What I'm wondering is, and I'll throw 5 minutes on this one, right? But what I'm wondering is that let me do it this way. Let's go to put that one instead. So yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is, how do you get people to do it? How do you force companies to do something that they would by choice not do, right? So let's see. So I'm gonna go through the chat and then we'll see where we go from there, right? See, my bad. I will not disclose that again. All right, I'm just saying. When all else fails, GitHub. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And Mitch has a lunch break. All right. So Mitch asks, what are your thoughts on sending a recruiter your resume if they ask for it on LinkedIn? Just wondering. Okay. It says, Mitch says, regulating. I don't understand that. Regulators. And let's say your card says, I'm referring to the fact that cyber attacks exist means you need to prepare for it. I don't disagree with you. Like I agree with you 100%. What I'm asking is, how do you get people to do it? That's the question. Like, I'm not saying, like, if you can diversify it, great. How do you get people to choose? It's the same way, like, it's like saying, oh, because you can lose all your money if you invest poorly, we're going to mandate that you diversify your account versus you can't just put everything on the, I don't know, give me some, you can't put your entire life savings on GameStop, right? You have to diversify. And by us saying that you have to diversify, we're going to tell you that you are not allowed to have everything on blue, right? Or everything on red, blue, everything on red, right? So that's what I'm wondering. But I'm not disagreeing with you. It says, why are you creating a whole different platform? I missed something. It says, just a new OS that the firmware can't be attacked all at one time. I guess that's where I'm missing it, because even if you create that new OS, you still need companies to use it, right? And that's why I'm asking, like, okay, if they start to quote unquote regulate Microsoft or CrowdStrike or Apple, how are they going to force companies to adopt it? Let's see. So it says, think about this: 90% of companies can be down all at the same time and kill economy when an attacker breaks the network, or they can compartmentalize. Why do you have to throw me like this 5-syllable word, Jakar? Come on, Jakar. That's cheating, Jakar. That is cheating, and have a way to defend against the whole nation outage. I don't disagree, but I mean, I guess some governments were down too. But what I'm asking is, who is going to be using what, and who is going to tell who is going to be using what? That is my question. Not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying the logistics of who is going to tell. So who's going to tell Southwest Airlines, this is the operating system that you have to use. This is the software that you have to use. Who's going to tell Delta this is what you have to use? Who's going to tell American Airlines this is what you have to use, so that it can be diverse? It can be diversified, right? Who is going to, because at that point it's like, all right, so now it's all right, this is the operating system that you have to use. Okay, but we need this software. They don't make it for it. Oh, well, now this company, you have to make the software to go on this new operating system. That is what I'm talking about. Let's see. And I might be behind in the chat too. So let me see. Oh, I'm not too far behind. Your argument means that we can be attacked and taken out all at the same time. Regulation doesn't matter because we will be without electricity, plane flights, network operations. That's the thing. I'm not making an argument. I'm just trying to figure out who is going to tell who what to do. I mean, you see how well it worked out with the border czar. You know, how did that work out with the border czar? That's the question that I'm not even making an argument for. I'm asking the question, like, how, like, who tells who what to do? That's the basic question. That's the basic question. Who tells who what to do? It's like, you're crying, Ralph. Stop fighting. or fighting, yes.
Let's go. Come on, get a move on.
Oh my goodness.
Back to work.
Of course, I mean that goes without saying. Definitely agree. competition always produces a better product, but is that better product Microsoft? And is that why people gravitate towards their operating system? Because there are some softwares, like I'll give you an example. There are some plugins that I wanted for OBS that they only make for Microsoft, because I guess that's a bigger user base for OBS. So I mean, yeah, I agree with you totally. Like, competition always produces the better product. Would you say that Linux is competition to Microsoft? Would you say that Mac is competition to Microsoft, to Windows? And if they are, why haven't they taken the market share? You know, so that's what competition is about. So eventually, someone will produce a competitor and take away market. I totally agree. Totally agree. My only point is when they're saying that. So I think we might be talking into two different areas, right? Well, my thing is, like, when they say that we are, like, for instance, oh, how could this affect so many people or so many companies, yada yada yada. But the reason that it affected so many people is because they chose to use Microsoft because they didn't have a better. Someone hasn't produced a better there hasn't been a competitor to produce a better product yet to take away that market share, and that's why those companies chose to use Microsoft and, I guess, CrowdStrike. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of companies that don't use CrowdStrike and they weren't affected by it, you know, because at the end of the day, the actual problem was that CrowdStrike overwrote a Microsoft file that caused everything to go down, like a kernel or something like that. And then there's a way to fix it, but it's a very, very manual process because that fix you cannot do over the air. You have to actually manually go into that computer to restart it in safe mode, go find that file, delete a particular file, and then everything's going to work again, right? But that, like, for thousands of computers across the country, across the world, that's going to be a problem. So that's the question that I'm asking. Like, who, from the regulation part of it, so from regulation, somebody has to tell someone else what to use. From what you're saying is, which I agree totally, is that competition should be able to resolve it. But from the video, if we do not police ourselves, right, then they're going to come in with regulations to mess that all up, right? So that's the point I'm saying. Says no, that's not the same. Your investments aren't a direct line of attack by hackers. It's the companies. It's hit them with those knockout jabs. Just like AWS has regional hubs for access, they can run OS the same way, so one can't bring the rest down. Trying to think about that, because an operating system is installed on the actual device, because that's like saying that all Apple phones don't have the, like, when Apple pushes out the update, they don't have the same OS, right? Let me see. I understand about AWS in the cloud, so you can have different clouds. Like, having a different cloud is like having a different continent, a different house, stuff like that. That's the part that I guess I'm not sure about, because, like, if the OS actually lives on the computer and you have different versions of the OS, that means you're going to also have to create different versions of the software. Which, if they create different versions of the software, they're still going to just, like, change, like, oh, just like what caused this particular, because I guess I'm focusing on this particular issue, right? What caused this particular issue would still cause it if they had changed, like, if they had the same Microsoft but for Microsoft Australia and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just Microsoft South. I just said Microsoft Australia before I read that. That's awesome. Microsoft Airlines. So here's a question, right? Here's a question. If you have all these different types of Microsoft, wouldn't they still have the same overall structure? And when you go and do the same exact CrowdStrike update, because there's still going to be the same software that's going to be installed on the same way you could have, like, Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 8, Windows 7, and you can still install the same software across it. Like, maybe you say, okay, we don't install on Windows 95, but you can still install the same software across it. That's why I'm wondering, would this still be able to cause the same thing? No, I don't know. I'm just thinking. Run on different. So you're going to run the operating system from the cloud?
How dare you?
How dare you conflate my logic? Alright. That was wrong. You're right. That was wrong. That one I have to apologize for. Your Honor, please strike that from the record. Let the record reflect that Ralph has stricken that from the record. I take that back. That was wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong. It says he coming for you. You gonna let him do that? So I'm about to join Team Mitch. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. It says no man should have that much power. Yeezy. And it says you already here. You just let Ralph cloud your judgment at times, but I understand. Oh my god. I have to wait for Ralph to read all the comments. All right, the last one. All right, so no, all systems were not affected. It was only the newest systems. So if you didn't update, you didn't get hit. Yep, exactly. And if you're on Windows, you didn't get hit either. And if you didn't have CrowdStrike, you also didn't get hit. So I know I agree with what your car is saying on a overall level, from a high level. My question is, how do you implement it? And by implement, I'm saying, how do you force companies to use it? Because if they ask, or if they say, all right, I'm selling Microsoft banking for $10,000 per license, and say, okay, what's the difference between regular Microsoft or regular Windows? And they're like, nothing. It's like, well, can I just get the regular Windows then? Is there something special for banking? Is there something special for airlines with this Windows that everyone else runs? I don't know. Just don't mind me. Don't mind me. Right? Let's do. Let me see what we're gonna do. Let's try to do this. Let's try to do this last part. We're gonna merge this. We got Junior in the building. Says, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's good, Junior? How are you doing today? And let's go to GitHub, and we're going to put up our last 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
And let's go to, I didn't really need to put up the last 20 minutes, but it is what it is. So let's go to, I'm sharing my screen here. For those who are not familiar, I'm going to open up a pull request. And let's do a new pull request. And we're going to say Terraform is going to, base is main. And we're going to merge Terraform into the main branch. And we're going to, so it has all the Firebase stuff. If there's any secrets in here. I didn't put any secrets. All right, cool. What is this? Well, this is only going to, hopefully, I hope I don't mess, we can always roll back if we have to, right? We can always roll back. I hope I don't mess up the regular site, but let's go to merging, adding the iOS and Android store links and Terraform for Firebase. Check testing if Firebase deploy will work. All right, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what we got. We're gonna say create a pull request and checking the ability to merge. We can merge. There's no rules. Deploy to Firebase. So this is a GitHub action that Firebase created. Let's see, something failed. React scripts not found. Well, I guess we'll look into how to do this part. It's always something, right? It is always something. So, let's see. I guess, all right, let's say how to run React scripts as GitHub action. Who would have known this is the route that we'd be taking today? I'll say this. I will say this. And it's not because, I'm not saying this because I would like to get an AWS sponsorship. It's not that. Not saying it because of that. But I will say that deploying it to AWS with AWS Amplify was a lot easier than anything else that I've ever seen. And then getting it to a setup with Elastic Beanstalk, that was it took some work, but that's pretty straightforward. Getting that pipeline action to work. So I don't know. So let's see here. Getting started. All right, we got all that. So test coverage, deployment on GitHub pages. What is the name of this article? That does not look like it's giving me what I need. Set up a CI/CD workflow on GitHub Action for React app with Git. See, you're doing a little too much. Let's go back real quick. React Action Rehab. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Nah, that's not it. All right, there we go. So why do I get an error? React scripts not found. So this is exactly what we're getting. Gotta love Stack Overflow. And just checked the workflow and your reflow, and I see you're running the following commands: npm install, npm run build this. According to the npm build prefix client, will build under client. That didn't really help. So let me open up this GitHub action over here. So if we look over here, npm run build. Runs on and boots. So this is the one that Firebase created. Let me see. And the error that we got was React scripts not found. So I guess we could do, let me see. Maybe we could do I'm guessing I need to install it. Maybe we do npm install and then npm run. Let me see. npm install, npm run, build. So you replace it with npm install. All right, so okay, I think I see what happened. All right, cool. So let's go to here. So that's why they said npm CI and npm run build. I had no idea what npm CI was, right? Still don't really know, but I guess it's to install something. So let's do that. And we're going to do git status and git commit. Oh, I got to do it on both of these. npm CI. And we're going to just do a asterisk. All right. Ah, shoot. oops, updated the GitHub action to include npm CI. WQ, right. Status. That didn't work. Commit. .github. And m said updated GitHub actions to include npm CI. Git push. All right, so we push that up. Let's see what happens over here. So if we go back over here, we go back to the pull requests. Some checks are happening. Let's take a look at the details. So it's installing, it's running. Deploy preview. So if this works, we should be able to merge it into the main branch. All right. So it's complete. We're going to check that out. So now if we go back to our here, let me refresh that. Oh, we got a preview URL. That's pretty cool. That's really cool, I must say. Let's preview that. Let's see if this, oh, look at that. We have our iOS. We have our Google Play. Let's see, does this one work? That one still doesn't work, right? But we might as well merge it though, right? We can figure that part out later, but at least we got that going for us. Let's go back. And we can merge this into let's merge it. Let's see what happens if we merge it, right? Merge pull requests. As long as it doesn't mess it up on AWS, that's what I really care about, because that's the one that's actually the main one that we use. So that is merged. And if we give it a few minutes, let's go to the main. And now if we go to our, I do like, that's one thing I really do like about what I just saw about Firebase. They give you that preview before you actually do the final merge. That is super cool. All right, there goes this one. Let's go and refresh this. So it's not there yet. Let's see here. I just refreshed again to see if it is there. Oh, look at that. That is there. Cool. Awesome. But let's check the main site. Let's check the main site because we don't want to bring that one. We don't want to cause issues to that. So this is the main one. And that's not there yet. That's surprising. Let's go. Now I want to see why. Because that should be triggered automatically when you push to go here. Go here. And we're going to go to logging in. All right. So we are logged into AWS. And let's go to AWS Amplify. And I will say they are pretty fast doing that. Where is my project? Where is my project? Let me see. I don't want to create. Let's go to all apps maybe. Where's my app? Hold on. Oh, it's because I'm in your car. Speaking of the regions, right? I'm like, where's my app? That's because I'm in US West, Oregon. US West too. Shout out to your car. Let's see. All right, here. What? Didn't the merge go through? Let me see. View app. Oh, this is 721. I was like, I think my last one. All right, so it's there. So it should be there. Okay, there we go. There we go. Just took some time. It just took some time. Here we are. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So we have our links to the App Store. But let's make sure, because we need this page to work. So that one still works. All right, cool. So I don't know. That's weird. That is weird to me why one of them works, but the other one does not. But see, and here's the thing, right? With AWS Amplify, it's just, I don't have anything special. Like I'm not, all it's doing is using the, go back to this page so you can see. It's just using this, right? I wonder if I can see the configuration somewhere. Let's take a look at AWS Amplify. I'm gonna create a video about it at some point, but let's do some looking around real quick. App settings, general settings. We have all that. Branch settings. So main branch, Auto build is enabled. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing special about it. That's the part that's confusing me. There's nothing like special about it that would, let's see, hosting. Let's see, we go into environment variables, previews, build settings. Let's go to build settings. So Amplify has its own YAML file, but I never created this. It totally created this all on its own, right? But it's just running npm run build. So that's why I'm not sure why when Firebase runs it, the privacy page doesn't get picked up. Locally it gets picked up, but on AWS it's not. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. When I have some extra time, we'll research that. But I think overall we figured out the very, very basic of using Firebase. So we have our Firebase site over here. Or this is not Firebase. Let's go to this one on Firebase, which does everything except for our privacy policy page, which it would be cool. But honestly, I'm not sure how much Firebase costs, but the amount that I pay for Amplify, it's close to nothing. If I could get Firebase to work for the,
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
I did not see that one coming. All right. So, but if we look at the price that I pay for Amplify, it is close to nothing. Let me see. Cost Explorer. Let me see. Where would I see this? Let's go to. I don't know where I'd see that. Let's see. Analyze your Cost Explorer. And I want to see Service AWS Amplify. That's what I want to see. So for this month, right? Hosting the time cost calculator. This is for the past. So this is that can't be right. From January 2024 to June of 2024, using AWS Amplify has cost me 2 cents. That is crazy. That's crazy. 2 cents in May. Why? What made May special? Why was May special that it cost me 2 cents? That's what I want to know. But yeah, that's interesting. I wonder how much Code Pipeline cost me. Code Pipeline cost me absolutely nothing. Code Pipeline is really cool. Let's see what else. Let's see. How about services, ECR, and let's say Elastic Container Services, right? Which costs more? The Elastic Container Service costs more than the ECR. ECR is just hosting an image. The Elastic Container Service is like what runs it, so I can see why that would be more. Anyways, let's get back to full screen. We're going to end the show. We are going to end the show because I was told that I have to wrap it up. Right? So let's finish up with the chat. But your car, that was the most engaging, thoughtful conversation that I have ever had with someone on this channel. I'm just kidding, Mitch. Come on, Mitch. That was a joke, Mitch. That was a joke. Mitch was about to feel some type of way about that one. I'm just kidding. All right. So let's get to the chat, and we're gonna wrap it up with the chat. Let's see. So, your car says we pull up and tell them to get down or lay down. Your car chose violence. Oh my goodness. Apple does it all the time. You remember Snow Leopard OS? Ooh.
Bruh.
Your car going back in the days. Let's see. So, and it says he is trying to get that sponsorship by AWS as long as it isn't Google. Mitch, I will take that. I'll take the sponsorship from whoever, except for boot camps, whoever is paying the bag. And your car found that he found that region switching pretty funny. Not funny, your car. That was not funny. And says his shirts are going to turn into AWS shirts. They might not. We shall see. And it says he has to support the sponsors. And what is AWS? Awake, what's sleeping? We do not want that, your car. We do not want that. It is okay. All right? No.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2 cents. You can't even buy one thing at the grocery store for that. That is true. I got to get some shot sounds on here. Shots fired again. I'm just kidding. Come on. He knew that I was going to respond. What? I had no idea that you were going. It wasn't even targeted at you. It wasn't even targeted at you, Mitch.
Oh, wow. Mr. Sarcasm. Yeah, I don't care.
I'm confused. Why does Ralph always come at me? Never really your car. Because, Mitch, because you, my friend, are Superman. And, you know, what was it saying? When you come at the king, you better not miss. So I'd be missing all the time, but I'd be trying, you know, like that's all. Mitch says, your car doesn't introduce himself as Superman is here. I'm just saying. Mitch says Apple. Oh, as long as it's not Apple. Okay, I got you. I mean, if they want to give me a sponsorship too, just saying. And it says he just compared me to Kamala. That was way worse. All right, I mean that's your car has a fair point there. I'm just saying. Oh my goodness. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. This was fun. I learned a lot about Firebase. Still want to get that privacy policy page fixed, but it's pretty cool that we're able to do that. I'm going to tear it down though, because I don't know how much they charge me. I'm not trying to pay for it because I have my AWS Amplify charging me 2 cents for the entire year. Hopefully that's not an oversight on their end. And then now I get a bill for like $100. But I have friends in high places at AWS now. Right? I'm just saying. Anyways. So Mitch says, live long enough, you become the villain. No. I want to be the villain. You be the good guy, Mitch, because you know what? You're for the people. You're for your people, your people, whatever you want to say, you know. I am the villain, all right? I am not for the people. I'm not for your people. I'm not for my people. I am for the tech savages, the tech barbarians, the bag chasers, all of the above. Shout out to the tech savages. Let the tech savages be the villain, all right? We're the villains. You're the good guy, Mitch. You are the good guy. It's a everlasting battle. And that's why we make it so fun over here, all right? So, that being said, you guys know yesterday's prize. Before we go to that, the question is, did you have fun today? Did you have fun today?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I had a great time. Hopefully you did as well, as we go on our mission to get this stuff right, to learn, to grow. Remember, tomorrow, Candid Conversations, I am going to give myself my mid-year self-assessment, my mid-year review, let you guys know how I think I'm doing, and we'll go from there. And then we will continue to run it up. Like the shirt says, no days off. Tomorrow morning we'll be back at it again, 6:45 a.m. Right? And Mitch said, he said, your people too. All right? I got you. And your card says, let's not forget, because yesterday's price is not today's price. Today's price is not tomorrow's price, because
one more thing. Price of the brick going up.
The price of the syntax is always going up. And Mitch had to remind me that I am Radio Ralph to this day. All right. With that being said, we're going to get out of here. You guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know that some of you guys out there are down bad, but guess what? It could always be worse. It could always be worse. On that note, we are out.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts. Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.